like Nicole's gamer name, Kitesoon. If you say it like instead of Kate Soon, it's Kitesoon. Really quick.
Or is
Kind of
it?
like me, just Venuto. Nice little gamer
Okay.
name.
Uh,
Should I start?
my team's baked, yo. My team's
Yeah,
baked.
Marcos.
Man, I think we're all a
Yes,
little fucked up right now. Okay, yeah, Marco, I think you're good to start. Start whenever. Okay, holy shit, we are in this bitch. All right, so Dave, I will. Oh, there goes my blitz.gg. I will walk you through the draft as it goes on. You can watch on stream, but it will be a bit of a delay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then we will see if you can spectate the tournament game. I hope we can. If not, I'm gonna be fucking cheesed. But so it goes. This is Changos. We do nothing perfect and almost everything poorly. So yeah, we have the Nami banned out as well as the Hecarim. Hecarim, a very strong pick in today's meta. We are playing on it. This is 11.5, correct? Dave?
Yeah, we have a new patch in next week sometime, but
Or
yeah, 11.5.
Is this 11. Or 11.4?
We're on 11.5.
11.5, yeah. So I think 11.4 was where the jungle changes came in with the less XP and less gold from jungle camps. As we see the Seraphine banned out as well as the Kazakhs and the Diana. Diana, a big pick for, I believe that is the mid laner of the Baron's little bitches. I am going to pull up my overlay. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. And the sixth and final ban of this first game is going to be locked in. 1 second to go, and Nunu is banning out that very strong tanky jungler. So to round out the bans, we have Diana, Seraphine, Nami, Hecarim, Kha'Zix, and Nunu. Lots of jungle bans coming out from Baron's Little Bitches, and a couple of the other picks from many fish being banned out for Baron's Little Bitches as well. And we see Rel locked in first for many fish. Rel is a very strong pick right now. We see it a lot in competitive play. Very strong engages for the teams. And so we're going to be looking to have many fish going for more of a team comp oriented comp at this point. As Senna is locked in for Baron's Little Bitches. And we may end up seeing a Tom Kench. I'm not sure if that's in the wheelhouse of Baron's Little Bitches, but that would be a great pick for that team at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sun is going towards Kitsune here. And I don't know if Schbopt plays Tom Kench. Would be nice to see the fasting Senna, but I think it's just going to be normal support Senna. She's been opting for that champ when she's not on the Nami or Seraphine. And the Rel on Bowery Rainbow, I know he's been practicing that champ a lot lately.
Boys, this tournament's not on all champs mode. We don't have all champs.
Yeah, we know that's fucking how this works with challenger mode.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
For anyone who's wondering what that's about, so the way that challenger mode works is the tournament codes don't offer the full champion list, which is unfortunate. And but this is what we've decided to go with for this tournament. So for many fish, we have Olaf and Jinx locked in, and Nasus locked in as well for Baron's Little Bitches. I do like the Olaf on many fish, as the Vayne is locked in, and now we go into the second phase of bans, and we'll see what happens with these teams.
Yeah, I know Sneaky Chimps is really strong on that Olaf. He's been playing it for a while now, and it's one of the stronger junglers right now, I think, on this patch. Freak 44 on the Jinx. It's one of the only few ADCs that he's been practicing. Not his main role, but he's taken one for the team and going down into the bottom lane. The Vayne, I think, not. I don't know if how good Schpopt is on that champ, but I do like to see it. It's one of my favorite champs in the
And
game.
it does look like the Baron's Little Bitches are going for a very very big scaling comp. Senna scales Super Bowl with all of her stacks. We'll see if this actually does end up being a fasting Senna. But Nass is obviously a super strong scaling champ, and we'll just have to see if they can survive the early game. Nass is not known for his great early game, and we'll have to see if many fish do decide to come up with a counter for him in the top lane, as that has not been chosen for them at this point. And the last ban does come out, so the second round of bans is going to be Lux, Nivea, Rek'Sai, and Nico. Nico not seen a lot in any sort of play right now, but I'm sure one of these guys has been trying to hone their skills on that mid Nico. Don't
Yeah,
see a lot of that jungle, but yeah, it's going to be it's going
yeah.
to be interesting. So we're going to be seeing a mid and support pick, I believe. Sorry, oh, jungle. I meant for Baron's Little Bitches. We see the Mumu locked in.
Oh, I think we might be looking at a little bit of a role swap situation here from what I was expecting. Um, we know that Prophet 905 plays two champions in the mid lane, Diana and Nico. That's where the ban comes from.
Mm.
And I expected that to be where he went.
But yeah,
But
we'll have to see. Yeah, with those two champions being banned out, like that really uh, doesn't give him a lot of options. So a role swap may be in their best interest.
because
And we,
I expected God of String to be the jungler, but I have not seen any Amumu games anytime soon, any
no,
time recently coming up from him.
not in recent history at all. I think you've probably done a little bit more prep than I have in seeing what these champions are playing. So the teams are locked in at this point. For the top pick, we see the Malphite, which can be strong into Nasus, but if only in the early game, Malphite has the ability to push Nasus out of lane quite early, and so if he can do that and deny a lot of the stacks that Nasus is trying to get, then he may have a chance. But again, this team comp coming out from many fish is going to be very early to mid game dependence. Into the late game, they are going to start to fall behind against the heavy scaling comp of Baron's Little Bitches. And that it's going to be very interesting to watch. So if many fish can come up with an early lead, they can definitely punish that and lead themselves to victory with that. But if not, Baron Little Bitches will have a strong advantage going into the later parts of this game. So we are going to be hanging out for 3 minutes while we have this spectator delay going on right now. And I think we have to wait for those 3 minutes until we can see if you can spectate, correct?
Uh, I should be able to try now.
What does it say on your
It
client?
for now, if I click on the players and press spectate, I just get nothing. It just doesn't.
Okay, so we'll see what happens after the 2 minutes, and um, I think worst case scenario, you can't actually spectate in real time any of the games today. Which case you would most likely be relegated to the not great position of like just being analysis, which is okay. Like you can like watch on stream, but like you're gonna be like fucking whatever it is, like 5, 6, 7 seconds delayed, which is again an oversight by me, and I apologize for that. But yeah, we'll see.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get it figured out.
We'll figure it out.
It's, that's what Los Changos is all about.
Yes, sir, it is. Okay, I'm gonna go for a quick piss for this game. I'll be right back.
All right. So looks like we have Fish Trout on the Zoe, one of his strongest champions. Definitely something to look out for. The Annie, I don't think Profit 905 has played this champion in the past month, but she's pretty simple, so shouldn't be a big deal. It looks like Krug or Baron's Little Bitches thought that Freak 44 was not going to play ADC, and they banned out his Lux and Anivia. Kind of wasted bans because he already picked his Jinx, but that's no problem. And yeah, we're gonna have to see if the Nasus can scale into the late game and take some towers down.
And Nasus in the hands of Veneto Jace. Yeah, again, I haven't seen the Nasus really at all from these guys. But we'll have to see what he can do with it. If a Black Bass, I guess we'll just call him, can capitalize, then we will have a game on our hands. But it's going to be a very, very interesting first game in this tournament. And with that being said,
I'm actually in.
Let's fucking go, boys! Dave's in! Oh, man, I haven't been more fucking hyped all day, dude. That's
I'm
so
in.
sick.
Let's go.
So you're probably just on like the dark in-game screen right now, right? Or
We are loading in now, yeah.
okay, loading in, yeah. Nice. Let's fucking go. Yes, Dave. I love that shit.
Let's go.
We'll have that
All
issue for at least draft picks, at least for next tournament. I think it's sort of doomed for this tournament to get you in at this point. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay, so looking at the keystones across the board, we've got Spellbook on the Nasus, PTA on Vayne, Electrocute on Annie, Glacial Augment for the Senna, and Aftershock on Amumu. Rel going for the Guardian. Conqueror on Jinx. I think that's a mistake, but I don't know. Malphite looking for...
Conqueror seems like a very interesting keystone choice.
Either that's a bug or it's a mistake.
Yeah, because...
Malphite...
Sorry, go ahead.
Malphite has the Comet, so he's going to look for some poke in the lane. Going to try and take advantage of the Nasus's weak early game. But, yeah.
And we see a little bit of forward pressure from Baron's Little Bitches going into this early game. And I'm actually going to turn up my... I think my in-game volume should be fine. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, I need to resize my camera. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, let's fucking go. Let's get into game one of ChangoPalooza. And a very standard start if we're thinking about the last, the LCIT, the inaugural first invitational tournament for the Lost Changos. No invades, and that's fine. We're okay with some slow starts. I would be interested to see a level 1 invade from many fish. They have a really good level 1 if they do decide to level up the bubble on Zoe. But no, we will see a standard start starting off on the bottom side for both junglers. And yeah, so this is going to be the support Senna. Sort of, I guess that's sort of fasting, but I mean, it's not quite the same because she isn't. Actually, no. So, okay, sorry, Dave, fill me in. So actual support Senna, she gets the exact same number of stacks that she would if she were going the fasting route, correct?
Yeah, she just doesn't get, I mean...
Like, what's the difference, honestly? Is there any? No. I guess there isn't, because like you start Spectral Sickle either way, do you not?
It's mostly about, like, getting the, mid-game money.
Right.
Like post-lane phase, when there's no trading, she's gonna be picking up the gold if she's like fasting. It's just about the lane phase, but here she's never gonna be picking up that much gold, so she's not gonna scale as hard in the mid game.
And traditionally, we do see like the fasting Senna teamed up with something like a Tom Kench. We've even seen some Scion in pro play coming out. Oh man, I'm not sure if you watched. I think it was a couple weeks ago. We see some action happening in the top lane, and Venuta is able to walk out of that without burning any summoner spells. But we have seen the Senna and Scion combo coming out from G2, Mickey and Reckless. Having that fucking insane combo with the E plus Senna's E, I believe, as well. Really good lockdown potential and big damage coming out onto Marco Prophet 905 in the mid lane. And right now we are seeing Amumu backing at the moment. And otherwise, Olaf in the mid lane, maybe looking for something, misses the Q.
Yeah, I did catch that game from G2. It looked extremely oppressive. I don't really hate the Senna support on its own. It has pretty good healing and decent disengage with the W and the E, so it should help Baron's little bitches scale into the late game here and avoid some of the engages coming out from the Malphite.
As we see a
but
big fight happening in the mid lane right now, and Prophet 905 is going to go down. First blood goes over to Many Fish. Good for them. That was a very nice gank, and they do blow both summoners for Prophet 905, so we may be seeing a repeat gank in the mid lane to try to push that advantage on that Zoe, who can be very oppressive in lane, landing those bubbles and her paddle star shots. What's the name of that ability, Dave? You're my go-to ability guy.
which one?
the Zoe's like paddle star. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Battlestar. Yeah,
Paddlestar. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Definitely, the Olaf is really active in the early game here, getting off 3 ganks before 5 minutes, and Amumu not getting a single gank off. And Olaf also still keeping up in CS. It's looking like a little bit of a jungle diff in the early game here. We'll see how it goes continuing on.
It very well could be. The only thing that I would say about Olaf on this team fight is he doesn't really have any champions that really help him to dive into team comps. We like to see Olaf paired off with like a Karma, a Lulu Seraphine, someone who can give out those shields. Rel does have the good engage that she can be the first one to dive into these team fights, but Olaf does need a little bit of help when it comes to the sustain throughout those team fights. We don't see that, but Battle Rainbow is jumping in. Olaf is coming in for his 4th gank of the game onto Kitesoon, who is forced to flash out, and that will not result in the kill for Many Fish, but it will result in that flash. Again, Olaf making his presence known across his entire map. We've seen ganks in every single lane so far.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job getting around the map, helping out the team. I was watching them do a little bit of a scrim last night, and it was looking really, really, really clean. They were playing some players who are definitely above the rank of them, and they were keeping up really well. So my team to look out for is Many Fish right here in this tournament.
Yeah, and even though they are playing this one additional match, it looks like they have a pretty strong start. Gold differential not all that much at this point, but we will have to see how they translate these early ganks from Olaf into some more early to mid game pressure. Olaf is down a little bit in CS because of those ganks, but he is a very strong power farmer going into the mid and late game. So is Amumu, and we will... I'll be curious to see which of these two champions actually does make the biggest impact. Obviously, in the early game, Olaf has a very strong presence on the map. I guess so does Amumu with his ability to stun, but he has to hit those stuns, right? Like that bandage toss is not the easiest ability to hit all the time, whereas Olaf just runs you the fuck down.
Yep. Mumu gonna be getting that level 6 really soon. hoping to see him have some good effectiveness out of that first ulti. It's almost like a Nocturne or like Shen type champion who needs to get the effectiveness out of that first ulti to help balance out this early game.
And I just want to highlight super quickly, oh my god, Annie almost dropped to death by the fish trout in the mid lane, but we see a 30 CS difference between these two mid laners, which is astronomical right now. Zoe getting ahead by that much is going to be huge for possible roams, for the dragons that have already spawned, have not been attempted, and yeah, that's absolutely massive. Like, she's gonna have a huge item advantage after she backs, and I'm excited to see what Fish Trout is able to do with his Zoe. I haven't actually watched a lot of Fish Trout play in these games. Is Zoe one of his go-to picks?
Zoe is by far his best champion.
Okay.
He is very, very clean on the Zoe, and we know that a lot of these players that he's playing with have a lot of experience playing with his Zoe, so they're going to know how to play around it in the mid and late game very well. But a gank in the mid lane.
Amumu's coming in. Will he hit the advantage toss? And he's waiting for it. He hits it. But will it be enough to draw Fish Trout? And it looks like it will be enough. And he will go down to that great gank from Amumu. Good shit. Nice little shutdown. Was that a shutdown? No, it was not a shutdown. But it sets him back a little bit and maybe gives Annie the advantage that she needs to come back in that lane.
Yeah, that's that first Amumu ulti getting the kill, translating into a little bit of time to spare for the Annie, but we're gonna have to see what happens here. The dragon looks like it's gonna go towards Baron's little bitches. Olaf walking in the mid river towards that pixel brush, but he's not gonna go for the steal.
And he definitely was spotted out on. We have that ward right there. We have the ward over here. So Baron's little bitches did see him there, and it does look like they elected to just give up that first dragon, which does not help him going to late game. As we see a big fight going down in the bot lane, Shapopt goes in, ults in, and he is not able to pick anything up off of that. But that will cost Battle Rainbow his flash and Jinx's heal for that play.
Yeah, the bot lane here for many fish, they're not really gonna have any advantage in the fights early game, but Olaf gonna be ulting onto the Senna here. She has no flash for a couple seconds and she's gonna go down.
And it was almost off of cooldown there, but not quite enough. And we see some fucking trash talk coming out in all chat, which is fucking fantastic. Good shit, boys.
We love to see that. A sleep going on to the Annie here. Big poke.
Oh, that's fucking 3/4 of her HP, man. Oh, and that's just the whatever it is, a lost chapter and the blasting wand. Oh my god, yeah. Zoe's gonna be doing so much damage onto the 3 carries of Baron's Little Bitches going into this mid late game, which is always fun to see. Like, you love to see Zoe just fucking nuking everybody that she walks up to.
Yeah, I've been speaking to Fish Trout about the Luden's Echo build for a long time here. I'm hoping he still goes onto it. The Luden's Echo into Sork Shoes, into instant Void.
As we see,
but a gank in the top lane.
Yeah, big ult from Malphite, and Olaf is coming to try to clean up the rest of Baron's Little Bitches. Mumu forced to flash out. The flash as well from Malphite. No ult at his disposal, but the Olaf is slowed. The Goddess Ring decides to go back in, and he does go down to the axe of Olaf, and that was a little bit of a questionable and atypical play, I'd say, for the Mumu. Should have probably just kept walking out, but that's okay.
And Annie also went down in the mid lane during that gank in the top side.
And it looks like Zoe is just punishing that lead that she has acquired throughout this laning phase. Bot lane is looking quite even at this point. But if we're, and honestly, same with the gold in the entire game. There are discrepancies between lanes. Obviously, the Zoe ahead of the Annie, but on the other side of things, Baron's Little Bitch's Nasus is actually doing quite well against Malphite, and we can get a quick stack check on the Nasus at this point, and he is sitting at 237 stack, which is not bad for this point in the game. And again, he's just going to keep scaling. So this is very interesting. I feel like many fish are at that point where they need to start making very strong plays as a team, or else they are just going to start following behind, as the Zoe is able to pick up the kill in the bot against the Senna, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Need to be making those cross-map plays, and that is the fucking Fed Zoe. Love to see that. Love to see that. Good for them.
Just a straight one-shot, full HP, sleep, Q, electrocute proc, and one auto, and she's dead.
That electrocute proc, along with the rest of the burst in her kit, is just, oh, it's so oppressive. And going up against Kitsune and Spapt in the bot lane, as well as Annie, all three of those champions being very squishy, not building many, if any, defensive items, are just going to get one-tapped by Zoe the rest of this game, unless they can try to shut it down or scale into a late game. But we'll, yeah, it's fuck. I do not envy Baron's Little Bitches going up against that Fed Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe's going to be doing true damage if she gets those Sorks alongside the Void Staff. She'll be doing true damage really fast to all the squishies, and that's going to help her damage immensely. It's definitely the strongest build path at the moment. Looking at the bot lane here, it looks like Jinx and Vayne are getting close to their first items. They have the strongest farm, mostly, other than the Nasus. And I'm actually really happy to see that out of Freak44. He just started playing AD carry this week. And he's been working really, really hard to get better at this role, to support his team as much as he can. And it's looking really good for him.
Yeah, because I guess many fish don't really have a natural AD carry on their team, right? If they would have had Nuvamax, as the fight is happening in the bot lane, it looks like God of String is caught out as he will go down. The bubble lands onto the Vayne, and he looks like he is going to be the second pickup for many fish. And and he does die. And Kitsune is looking to flash. Yeah, he flashes out. Sorry, she flashes out. And that is 2 kills for 1, looking to move that into the second dragon of the game first for many fish. But yeah, as I was saying, there isn't really a natural AD carry on many fish. So like that's exactly what Changos is about, right? Like you're not given your ideal team every single time, as we see the bubble miss in mid lane, but being able to pick up the off role that you may not be as good at is a really great play by the captain. Like you cannot discount that as Freak is the captain of many fish.
Yeah, that's a big sacrifice coming out from him. We know that he prefers to just be on the Lux in the mid lane, but actually he drew some bans this game in the draft when he had already picked his champion. Maybe they'll bring out some kind of weird lane swap later on, but I have no idea what's gonna happen. I've been trying to avoid talking to them too much, trying to let them do their own thing.
And Freak is forced to flash out and heal in the bot lane, so he will be sitting on no sums. And we may be looking for a dive on bot lane, actually. Amumu is in the area. It doesn't look like he is going to be going for this dive, and it looks like Freak is smartly backing out and goes for that field goal with his ult.
Yeah, just trying to clear the minions out as much as he can. But it's not going to work out, and he's just going to grab a base here.
Yeah, and that's smart. You don't want to stay for that turret. If Baron's Little Bitches do want to finish off that turret, they will be able to do that regardless of if Rel is there or not. Mumu did go into his topside jungle. But so looking at the scoreboard, Olaf is sitting at a 300 gold shutdown, 3-0-2. Fish and Trout 3-1-2, and the honestly, the kill count of the game really does tell a very telling story. As we spoke to initially in the draft, many fish were looking for a good, strong early and mid game, and it looks like they did get that. And we will have to see if they can translate that and move into the late game with that advantage and push those advantages as they have them.
Yeah, definitely hoping for some strong objective control here coming out from them. They're going to be probably positioning for the next dragon in 2.5 minutes. No Rift Herald going down this game. There wasn't really many opportunities to do it. Neither jungler opting to solo it at all.
And neither top laner as well. Maybe Venuto could have moved down to grab that for himself. I'm not exactly sure, though. He seems to be more focused on his stacks on top, which is completely justifiable. Like, you're trying your best to scale, and getting to that point means you don't have time, really, for any other objectives other than just stacking your shit up.
Yeah, the turret is going to go down in the top lane. He's moving over to the Rift Herald, but he's actually just going to walk away and probably look for a base here.
Yeah, probably not enough time for him to grab it anyways.
Yeah, only 1 minute left. Sleep, though, coming in onto the Annie. She might get one shot here.
Oh, she's definitely getting one shot, and there she goes. Down once again, 1 and 3 on the Annie. Getting a little bit worked in this mid lane by the comfort pick on Fish and Joe. And I will be very surprised if I see Zoe anymore the rest of the tournament. Like, this has been an absolutely stellar performance from Fish and Trout.
I don't think, I mean, we know that all the other coaches and teams are definitely, or captains and teams are definitely watching right now. And after seeing this, I wouldn't let it through.
No, definitely not.
So we're going to have to see what else he has in store after the Zoe.
And a little bit of a, not a lull state at all, as Zoe is making her impact known as well. And so she one-shots the Vayne along with the Olaf. And with Dragon spawning very shortly, they are going to be looking to pick up that second, what is that? That's going to be so this is a Cloud Soul game. And Cloud Soul on many fish would actually look really good with Malphite getting the decreased cooldown on his ults. The bubble lands onto Mumu, but that's not going to be followed up at all, as many fish are positioned very well to grab this second dragon of the game for themselves.
Yeah, Malphite and Olaf actually kind of do like the Cloud Soul here, so it's not going to be too bad. On the other side, though, Nasus and Vayne also don't hate the Cloud Soul. It's definitely not as good as something like an Ocean or a Mountain, but they can make pretty good use of it.
There are definite upsides to Cloud Soul, but we see a fight going on, and Freak is tied down by the Mumu. The gravity field comes out from the Rel, and it looks like the many fish are on the backhand, as Sneaky Chips is going to be stunned by the Mumu. He ults out, and it's not going to be enough, and that's 2 kills going over to Baron. Sorry, 3 kills going over to Baron's little bitches as they try to bring themselves back into this game and start scaling it as well into the late game. Fuck, good for this, boys. Great fight for them right there.
Yeah, no answer back. Drake getting caught out by the Amumu bandage toss, and no flash on him just yet. Came up now, but he didn't have it in the fight and not able to get away. Annie using her flash to continue the chase down.
And they are punished for that. But yeah, Baron's little witches are starting up Dragon. They do actually really melt this, but the Vayne does need to come over and start putting that true damage onto this this Baron. And it looks like many fish just don't know this is happening, and it will go down to Baron's little bitches. Really good pickup for them, knowing that many fish were on their haunches. Many of them just dying, coming out of base, and now Baron's little bitches are going to have Baron buff to push out the lanes in which there are no tier 1 turrets left, all tier 3 turrets, and we will love to see a split push Nasus, who we'll do a very quick little stack check. Is almost at 500. He is getting to that that breaking point where he will be able to carry his game. And as Jordan said in chat, this is most likely going to be the NASA's win condition. But we'll have to see. This is very interesting. This is going back and forth. This is a great game.
Yeah, gonna see the Baron's little bitches going into the bot lane, looking for a little bit of vision control. And the Nasus can be splitting on the top side. Nobody on Many Fish is gonna be able to answer the Nasus at this point, I think.
Nobody, yeah.
He does have only armor, so maybe the Zoe could wave clear against him. And she's gonna be able to put quite a bit of damage onto him. He probably is going for the Thornmail next, from what it looks like. I don't really know if they need Thornmails this game. Not much healing on the side of Many Fish, but
not at all.
It's an okay item.
Do those two cloth armors build into like the Randuin's item? Yeah, maybe it does. As Nasus is going to be looking to be killed in the top lane, but he will walk out of there. The slow very strong on him. But yeah, it looks like 2v1 he can go down as the sleep goes on to Prop 95, and he will survive. But pops his ultimate.
The ulti?
Unfortunately. But he does walk out with his life, which is very good. He retains that Baron buff, which will be live for another couple of, maybe 30 seconds or so. I would have liked to see Baron's little bitches make a little bit more out of their Baron buff. They were positioned 4 and 1 in the top lane, 4 in the bot lane, and I would have liked for them to push out that second tier bot lane turret. Yeah, but they do decide to back, and they don't lose any lives for it. So they're playing a little safe. They know they're scaling, and they just want to play safe. That's fine.
Yeah, they are in the gold advantage now. Not getting anything out of that first Baron, but it seems like they're just going to try and use their 2-item spike here to get the next dragon, maybe, and we'll see where it goes from there. Vision control definitely on the side of Baron's little bitches for now, but maybe we can see the Many Fish look for some back, try and contest this next dragon. They're going to need to look for something here soon, or else it's just going to get out of control.
They need to, and it's going to come off the backs of a big Malphite alpha ult if it does happen, but Malphite is caught out, and they don't decide to chase after him. They don't know where the rest of Many Fish are, and they will just be looking to set up some vision around this dragon that is spawning very shortly. And with Nasus in the top lane, he's going to be putting out a lot of map pressure while this dragon is going down. And honestly, it may be a good decision for Baron's a little bit just to back off of this, but they do decide to fight. The ult goes on to Olaf. He does go down, and with the jungler dead, this is going to be a free dragon as well as a turret in the top lane for the Nasus.
Yeah, they're just not ready for that huge anti-stun there. They walked right into it. No vision control in advance. And walking in first along with the Zoe, just not ideal. Malphite also TP'd away at the same time. Seems like they just weren't on the same page there.
And yeah, it's I honestly think it just comes down to a little bit of a communication breakdown. The Olaf was looking to go in for a fight there, but it looked like the Rel and the Jinx were not looking for a fight, and they decided to back off, and that's why Olaf went down there. And again, this is why I'm saying Olaf needs some champions that are able to enable him, to give him some shields, some speed ups, so that he can just run at the enemy team and knock them down. And we did see a very, very big early game advantage for Olaf. But as we look at the scoreboards, he is still up in CS, but the Amumu is the one now with the sizable shutdown. And yeah, this game is definitely swinging more in favor of Baron's Little Fishes as time goes on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Many Fish just don't know how to play against the split push comp. I don't think they have very much experience against it. Black Bass in the top lane, he doesn't really have an answer here for this Nasus, and he's falling very far behind.
It's almost 100 CS at this point. And Naxxus with 0 KP this game, but he is putting out a lot of pressure into making himself known, despite not having any kill help for his team, which is very interesting.
That's just how it goes. Sleep does go down onto the Amumu, but he's not going to take too much damage.
And he's a tanky boy.
I really want to see the many fish get an anti-heal for the Senna that's not just Thornmail, whether it be the Executioner's calling on the Jinx. I don't like to see the Morello or whatever, the first Oblivion Orb on the Zoe. I think she just needs to keep buying items.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Amumu actually decided to go for Aftershock this game, which you pointed out right at the beginning of the game. Oh, one of the builds that Amumu has been going recently in terms of his runes has been Conqueror. And again, if he had gone Conqueror, which he did in this game, that healing reduction would have been so much more important. But yeah, yo guys, thank you for all the follows. I really appreciate it. This game is looking really fucking good. I am having a fucking great time, Dave. This has been a blast. I hope you're having a good time too, and I'm fucking stoked to round out this tournament as well with you, casting the entire way. It's gonna be fucking jokes.
Absolutely.
Lost Changos for life.
Love to be here. We did see the Thornmail completed. They have so much armor on the side of Baron's little bitches from those two big tanks. And the only way that they're going to get through it is with this Zoe, but the Zoe not getting a lot of poke off before the fights, it's going to be really difficult to take them down.
Yeah, and Amumu being in the front line, it's going to be a little bit difficult for her to get that significant damage off. It does look like Nass is going to be joining these the rest of his team for a team fight coming up, and this is going to be the fight, honestly, that determines the game. If Rel is able to get an engage, oh, and she's chunked down to almost half HP, and she is going to not go down, but oh my god, the flash out for the Annie doesn't go through. She does not ult, which is good. But yeah, so this is do or die at this point for many fish. They need to make a play. They need to find a good fight, maybe a big Malphite ult to turn this game around, or else it's just going to be GG for them.
Yeah, but a couple big ultis burned there by Baron's little bitches. The Vayne ulti and the Senna ulti. Hopefully we can see some kind of advantage taken by many fish here. The dragon's about to come up. They're going to have those ultis back up by the time the dragon comes. Well, maybe not Senna. I don't think Senna will have ulti, but
probably not. Yeah,
Vayne will definitely have her ulti. Oh,
and Amumu the ult onto
coming
the
on
two.
into the Zoe, and she's gonna go down.
And the only member of many fish that could have an impact on this game at this point is taken down by Baron's little bitches. And so the Zoe being down for this next dragon is huge, because you don't have that poke to poke out the squishier members of Baron's little bitches. And yeah, this dragon's 100% going over to Baron's little bitches, unless they can find a steal with the Olaf, which would not probably be smart at this point, because he would die. And with Baron up on the map at this point as well, they just want to hold on as much as they can. They're smartly dragging the Baron out of the pits to avoid that steal, and that will be a third dragon for Baron's little bitches, as they are scaling quite nicely. This was the game plan for them. They want to get big. They had a little bit of a rough early game, but they translated some safe play into a strong mid and now to a late game.
Yeah, I definitely want to find out who's doing the shot calling on Baron's little bitches, because they're doing a very good job. The stopwatch is misclicked.
Oh, it's a stopwatch too. It's not even a Sonya's.
Zoe.
Oh god, that's rough.
Yeah, that thing is gonna be broken now, just like their hopes of winning this game.
You're goddamn right.
It is not looking good.
Not at all. And with Baron Baron's up right now. Oh, it's gonna be hard for many fish to come back again. They need to find something, or else this game is sort of doomed for them. Baron's little bitch is coming back out of base after backing. buying a bunch of items for themselves. Vayne is sitting on 3 items as opposed to the Jinx, who is just sitting on the 2. So she is very far ahead. Nass is very far ahead. We see a paddle star, full paddle star from a pretty decently fed Zoe, barely doing any damage, and he just heals it right back up with his passive.
Yeah, he's starting to get that Spirit Visage almost done.
And, oh, there's the big ult. We'll see if this can do it for Many Fish as 1 member goes down for their team. 2 members are down. 1 for Baron's Little Bitches as the 3rd member of Many Fish goes down. And Zoe's doing her best to try to find something as the stun lands onto Fish and Joe. And that's 4 members dead, looking for a 5th. Olaf running for his life, and he will get out of that, but Baron's Little Bitches will look to turn that into a Baron, and hopefully for them, look to end this game off of that massive fight. Really good showing from the Amumu, landing some really crucial stuns in that team fight.
Yeah, definitely gonna give the MVP to the Amumu this game if he ends up taking it. He has had some insane Qs and has been looking really good on this champion. Maybe he's been holding it out and not playing it in his match history just so people don't know about it, because this is looking really, really good.
Yeah, it really is, and for his 3rd item, he will, third item, he will be prioritizing his, I think it was his Abyssal Mask with the, the Negatron Cloak and Giant's Belt, rounding out his build with a little bit of that magic resist that he needs against the Zoe, who is starting to not be quite as fed at this point. She's starting to fall behind. She's died 4 times, and she just is not being able to have as big of an impact as she may have wanted to. And I wish I had the replay functionality, but in that fight, right at the beginning, I believe Annie got stunned by the bubble from the Zoe, and Amumu walked, very smartly, just walked right in front of the Annie, blocked all that damage, and if he hadn't done that, the Annie might have been dead, and that would have looked like a very different team fight. So I think you're completely right. Amumu has had a really great showing and is definitely a contender for MVP of this first game.
Yeah, we're going to ask for a quick stack check here.
Stack checks. We are looking at 852, and as a couple of our members know, getting up to those 1,000 stacks is, I mean, like, even close to 1,000, like, that's oppressive. Like, let's look at that stack. Yeah, he's doing at least 700 damage in 1 auto to that red buff. And again, stat check onto the Senna, 141. So she is looking at 105 bonus attack damage. If only this would let me stay over this. 75 range, and what is the last stat? 60% crit chance. So, so she's going to be at pretty much close to. Actually, no, she doesn't have any other crit items other than maybe the rapid fire. She's almost at 100% crit chance with just one 20% crit item, and yeah, that's just the scaling of this team. We will have to see if if Baron's Little Bitches can end out this game, though. As we know from last tournament, Dave, our Changos teams do have a little bit of a struggle ending out games, knowing when to push their advantages. But hopefully, we can see a big team fight to end out this game, and this one coming up looks like it may be that fight.
Yeah, you know, hopefully we can see a little bit of improvement across the day, because I don't know if I can handle 8 45-minute games. It's gonna be a little bit rough.
It's gonna be for sure. And yeah, we these games tend to be a little bit long-winded, and our schedules don't seem to be oh, big ult, but it looks like Rel's going to go down by the fucking stacking Nasus, and he's doing so much damage. That is 3 kills for Baron's Little Bitches, and this should be game for them. And the TP goes in mid. That is going to be it for the boys. And Baron's Little Bitches. Oh my god. Let's see if they can pick up the last kill onto the Zoe as we end this game. And so far, this is a good sign, we haven't been kicked out of the game. We may actually be able to watch this thing until the very end, which is a big improvement over last tournament. Yeah, looks like
Riot Games helping us out a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Riot Games. And Zoe with the big fucking stack, plus 12 for Nasus. Oh wait, are you out? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like that probably better than it was last time, but good fucking shit. Oh my god, wow, great game. I think that played out exactly how we were saying too, right? Like it was the early game
Yep,
for
the
many
late
fish,
game.
and the late game just coming in strong. I'm gonna jump into Baron's Little Bitches chat and give them a little congratulations. Oh, it looks like they're all gone. I guess we'll just like,
All right.
boys, yo,
Hey,
we're
yo,
fucking
drop it down,
popping.
drop it down. Let's go.
Hey, let's go, Baron's Little Bitches. Yo, good shit. You had that nice scaling comp.
Let's go.
Hey, let's go. Would you guys mind going back into your team chat really quick? Adam, what's going on, dude? Oh, let's go, guys. Yo, first win of the tourney.
Oh, yeah.
Good shit. Yeah, so I was casting with Dave, and we were saying, like, look, like, your guys' comp is super scaling dependent, and you guys pulled it off. That Nast in the top lane, you had fucking 0 KP the entire game until later on, but like you were making your presence known across the map, which is fucking fantastic. Good shit, guys. I'm happy to see you guys picked a good comp, stuck with it, and won out because of it. Any thoughts from you guys?
I mean, it all went to plan. We played like bitches in the early game, and it paid off in the late game.
Fuck yeah. And you picked a couple Barons there, so yeah. So Baron was your guy's little bitch actually for that first game. But good shit. Congratulations on your first win, and we'll see you a little bit later on in the tournament. All right. All right, guys.